It's 7 a.m. You just woke up, and for reasons no one understands, everyone around you can suddenly hear exactly what you're thinking. Not what you say, what you actually think, the raw, unfiltered version. For the next 24 hours, there is no difference between your mind and your mouth. This is what would actually happen. Your partner is still half asleep next to you, and your very first thought of the day, the one you never controlled, the one nobody was ever supposed to hear, slips out. Not something small, something you've never once said out loud. About them, about the relationship, about last night. They freeze. You didn't choose to think it. It was just there, the way thoughts always are. But today, thinking it and saying it are the same thing, and it's 7:02 a.m. Downstairs breakfast. Your mother asks how you slept. Fine, you say. She hears the real answer too. You didn't sleep at all, and you've been avoiding a conversation with her for 3 days. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at you differently for the rest of breakfast. Here's the thing. Most people lie constantly without even registering it as lying. Studies on everyday honesty suggest the average person tells at least one small lie a day, often more. I love it. You look great. It's fine. Psychologists call these prosocial lies, not cruelty, social glue. The small dishonesties that let a friendship survive an ugly haircut or a bad gift. Now imagine all of them gone at once. Your coworker asks what you think of her presentation. Normally, really strong. Today, she hears the real thought. You zoned out around slide 4. None of these thoughts are betrayals. They're just human. But hearing them out loud in real time feels like one. 8:12 a.m. The subway is unusable. 30 people packed into one car. Every single one of them broadcasting. Did I lock the door? Why is he staring at me? I hate this job. She's cute. Don't look at her. He looked at her. I need coffee. No one can tell whose thought is whose anymore. It's not conversation. It's noise. Hundreds of unfiltered fragments colliding in real time in every subway car, every airport terminal, every school hallway, on every continent at once. A woman gets off 3 stops early, not because of an emergency, because standing in that noise for one more minute feels unbearable. By 8:30 a.m., most major cities have functionally stopped moving. By 9 a.m., it's reached every office on Earth. Your boss asks if the deadline is on track. You say yes. She hears the real thought too. You're not sure, and you're quietly panicking. A meeting starts. Someone pitches an idea. 5 people nod along out loud, while their thoughts say, this won't work, or we tried this in March. For the first time, everyone in the room hears exactly how many people actually agree with anything. It's almost never as many as it sounded. Negotiations collapse instantly, a price gets offered, and the room also hears the real number the other side was willing to accept. Poker faces stop existing in every deal, every interview, everywhere. By late morning, entire industries built on controlled information are struggling to function. Sales, diplomacy, job interviews, where for the first time, the interviewer's actual first impression is just audible. One CEO walks into an all-hands meeting to reassure the company. Nobody hears the reassurance. They hear what's underneath it, that the numbers this quarter are worse than anyone's been told. This is where it gets personal. A couple sits across from each other at lunch. She asks if he's happy. He says yes. She also hears the flicker underneath it, a small resentment about something that was never actually said out loud. Most relationships don't run on total honesty. They run on selective silence, the things you decide not to say because saying them wouldn't help. Today, that silence isn't an option. And here's the strange part. Couples who share literally everything with zero filter don't necessarily end up happier. A small amount of privacy, even inside a close relationship, seems to be part of what makes intimacy sustainable. Some relationships get stronger today. An appreciation someone never said out loud, finally heard. Others don't survive the afternoon. Now zoom out. On the street, strangers pass each other and hear for the first time what people actually think when they look at them. Most of it turns out to be nothing. People think about themselves far more than they think about you. That should be comforting. Mostly it isn't, because the one time in 10,000 someone does have a thought about you, a judgment, an assumption, something cruel, you now hear all of it immediately with nowhere to hide. It's not the volume of judgment that breaks people today. It's that the few real ones can no longer be ignored. By afternoon, some things are actually working better. A witness at a police interview no longer needs to convince anyone. The truth is simply audible. A doctor knows immediately when a patient is hiding a symptom out of fear or embarrassment. But courtrooms, therapy sessions, even simple apologies, all of them depended on a version of privacy that no longer exists. Nobody quite knows how to run them anymore. By evening, exhaustion sets in, not from doing anything, from being fully known every second without a single filter. Managing how others see you takes effort. That effort is also part of what makes relationships and careers function. Strip it away completely, and what's left isn't a purer version of people. It's a species that forgot how to rest. By 11 p.m., most people aren't relieved the day is ending. They're just tired. At midnight, as quietly as it started, it stops. The next morning, filters return. Silence becomes an option again. Most people don't talk about what they heard or what was heard from them, but something lingers. A few relationships are closer, built on things that finally got said. A few are quietly over, ended by things that should have been said a long time before today. Maybe the point was never that we should hear every thought. Maybe it's that we should choose, more carefully, which ones are worth saying, while we still get to choose it all. So here's the real question. If today was that day, would you be relieved when it started or when it ended?